So I think I should open up about this experience and could help people and stuff like that. So this either happened last year or 2020. I have no clue. Either 2020, 21 or 2020. Either one. They're both crazy years, so it could have happened on both. I don't know. So I went down to the milk bar where I got my water from the last story time. It was a hot chocolate. It was a hot chocolate with hazelnut syrup. Oh, it tastes nice. It tastes like Nutella. I just wanted to say that. Oh, okay. So I was walking down, and I was walking back up to my house after getting my hot chocolate. I was sipping it, and then guess what I hear? You know those camera things that you hear on Apple and stuff like that? Apple or Android, anything? And when they're like, all the volume's fully turned up, but everything's not on silent, stuff like that. I had one of those. It sounded like an iPhone camera, and it also sounded like a camera which you take places to take pictures of stuff anywhere. And I heard that, and I turned around, nothing behind me. I was happy for that. And then I went to my, after a few days, probably either contacted her or messaged kids, I don't know. After that, I went back to school and I told Millie all about it, and then she was like, oh yeah, I had the same experience. She said she had the same experience. She was walking down somewhere and she had a camera click behind her and she turned around and she didn't see anything. And I don't know if there's actually anything out there, like a stalker that's stalking me and stalking her at the same time. Which would be fun because we're being stalked by the same people. So, that could have happened. I don't know. You know what? But when it was either this year or last year, this is a whole different story time from the last one. It was either this year or last year, but I was in my bed, not the bed that I've got right now, the double-decker bed, call it. I came into my bedroom, I just sat down, chillaxed, watched stuff on my iPad, and then in the corner of my eye, I had the window, the curtains open, and I saw something right there. I dashed out of my room, didn't sleep in my room for like about 3 or 4 nights. My friend came over because I had this monster dust. I went out there and spread it there because I believe in monsters. Yeah, doesn't anybody? Doesn't everybody? I believe in monsters, but since I'm very good at knowledging of monsters, and I know some monsters that some of you probably don't, I even got a book about monsters, Monster Journal, if I remember correctly, but I don't know where that is right now. Somewhere in my bookshelf that's in my room. And it's a very good book, and I'd probably read it to you guys. I've only got a little bit of it done. Still need to finish it either way. Started it last year. When me and Millie were having breaks from each other. So I saw that and I knew instantly it was a monster. I don't know what I was going to call this monster because I have no clue what I called it back then. But now I'm probably going to call it this tall man. It was very tall. And my window is not that close to the ground, so you'd probably even have to be like a few feet taller for me to see your chest area and your head. Stuff like that. And I just saw that and I just creeped out and didn't want to sleep in my room for like a few nights. So I slept in my mum's room, in my mum's and dad's room. My dad and mum are still together, so yes, it was a bit squished in their bed. But hey, I was able to sleep, alright, a few 3 or 4 nights in there. So 3 or 4. Probably is it 2. Never know. I forget. It's a long time since then, so I forget. But either way, And now we're going to a whole different story time from the last two. This one happened in 2020. This is when I broke my left arm area. My dad, we went scooting. I wanted to go scooting. So this is when quarantine was happening and everybody was in their houses all cuddled up, bundled up. Had to go to the shops. Only one person could go to the shops. Couldn't do online orders and stuff like that. But my mum didn't like that. So she had to go to the shop. And since I'm a kid that likes going to the shops with their mum, I'm full on open to go to the shops with her. And since there was a rule against only one person going to the shops, I couldn't do that, and I was a bit grumpy about it. One night my dad's like, oh, let's go scooting, it's a good chance for you to go scooting. And since I like to scoot, I have a scooter. Well, do have a scooter. I was about to say had, but I still have a scooter, so got up that scooter, I put my helmet on, and we were scooting across, because we only go a bit farther, like, so we go past this park area, then we go a bit farther down where it's just full on grass, no sidewalks. Yeah, if you're on your scooter, you have to go on the grass, the road. So I did that, and I was walking, and I turned the corner, and because there was this big hill going down. I love that hill. It was fun to scoot down on. Like, I scooted down on there like 3 or 4 times without any accidents of falling off my scooter. It's fun. But this time there was a person walking up it, so I think it was either that person's fault, because they didn't even help me to get up. They're just like, they turned around and I'm like, oh, alright, bye. Just left me to die. Luckily I had my father with me, and so he came down. He helped me up. So I scooted down. I dodged him to avoid him. So I was on this side that was near to the road and closer to the grass patch. And he had this whole entire sidewalk all by himself. And he was walking in the middle of it. So he could have moved away, but I moved away. So I swerved by him. And after he was gone, I went back into the middle area, because that's only how I survived these situations. And then there's this, it was either a tiny rock, but all I can remember is that I didn't fall off the scooter, like the scooter didn't go like that, but I flung. I think I flung, either way, I flung, well, everybody just thought it was a fracture, and so did the doctors, and a few days after, like, the scanners and stuff did that, turned out it was actually broken. So you might have thought, oh, you probably cry because you've got like lots of toys in your room, messy room, like a 2 to 3 year old child. But no, I did not cry. All I did was go, ow. If I got a paper cut, you're gonna get full on crying, because I don't like paper cuts. They hurt. They hurt badder than a broken arm. I don't know how, but they do. So I just said, ow. My brother remembers it as well, and he said, oh no, you cried, bro. I'm like, no, I remember it too, and I did not cry. I went, ow. So he didn't bother me for a few days after that. He knew I didn't cry. He knows I don't cry. I'm a tough girl when I get like a big hurt. So I broke my arm. We went to the hospital. But one thing I forgot to tell everybody is I actually scraped my leg. Like, my leg, like the skin of my leg broke. Like, it was, I had like a sore patch on my knee. It's like a patch of blood on my knee. I opened that up instead of that, because like, I didn't care about that. I didn't care about that. I opened that straight up and saw blood and all that. Found out my arm had hurt itself, so I'm like, oh, okay. Better worry about that than that. Either way, I was going to be the first one to be asking, hey, can I get a Band-Aid instead? So I went to the doctors. I went to anesthesia. Well, technically not anesthesia. I don't know what it was called. I was put to sleep is a way to put it. I was put to sleep. I remember sleeping. Yeah, I remember that bit. But I also remember going up to heaven and seeing my dead ones. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't dead by then. Rosie, Diego. Daisy, I think was her name. I can't remember. And one of my uncles that died. Cancer. Yeah, I saw them. I also saw God and Jesus. I forgot how God looked like. But either way, it was a crazy 2020 for me. Because I had a broken arm. Quarter through it. I got it like at May, and it stayed with me until I switched schools from my old school to my new school. Well, technically my school now. Technically, because it's I am in high school. Yes, I am in high school, but it's still my new school because prep. It was kindergarten to 10, I think, 10 or 11. I don't know. Same things. By the time I switched, I got out of the cast and I had that skin there for like a few days. Just all I had to do was have a party and get that dead skin off. But I pulled it off. I like pulling that skin off. It's nice. Especially dead lip skin. It tastes nice. Yeah. I think we're going back in time, so I'm going to tell you whole different stories back in time. So, I hope you enjoy this. Probably isn't an hour of storytelling because I've got like midway through some speech waves. I don't have a paper near me, so I have to remember them off the top of my head. Oh. Yeah, it's this one, there was that one, and there was that one. Yeah, okay. And stop kicking your booties down there. Your booties. Okay, so new one. This one is from 8th grade. I'm in 7th. Oh, sorry. 3 or 2, 3rd or 2nd grade. I don't know. It's hard to remember grades. So I went to my big nans, because I'm the big nan and big pops, because we've got two nans and 2 pops, so 2 nans and 4 pops, so 4 elders in our family, I think. Well, technically 6, but we don't talk about them. Well, we do, because they're still part of our family, and I still get to know them. I call them uncle and auntie. So I was at my big nan and big pops, and me and my brother were sharing a room, because I'm afraid of the dark, and I still am to this day, because I believe in monsters and stuff like that, because experiences like this in childhood makes you really scared of the dark when you get older. I can tolerate it, I can stand in there for a while, but if it's been an hour and I'm still in there, I'm going to be shivering and shaking and crying. So I was at my nan and pops, big nan and big pops, and I was in bed. I woke up like either about 3 or 4, I don't know times. 3 or 2 or 1. It was very dark and didn't really see any timers because we don't have the alarm clocks in that bedroom. So I was like looking straight forward to the door because I closed my doors after that experience. I think I had closed my doors. So when I was probably 5, I started closing my doors because I was scared that creepers could come into my room. Yeah. It's better to close them because then you can hear if anybody's opening the door. And it's good. It alerts you because you can't hear anybody walking on carpet Or can you? Unless they're wearing slippers, I know that. So I was looking straight at the door that was open, and I was looking at it, and I was so confused, and I was looking at it either way. I just wanted to look at it. And then something emerged from the darkness. I call them this man, Shadow Man, because shadow people, they exist, and I call them Shadow Man, and I can prove that shadow people actually exist and not in, what's that word again? The word for it. Nightmares that feel real. Yeah, not those, because I know it wasn't that because it felt too real, and I know dreams can feel too real too, but still. Yeah, still. In a way. I was just looking at the door. It felt too real to be a nightmare that felt too real. And plus I couldn't move around. Can't remember what it was called. Either way, I'm just gonna call it a nightmare that felt too real that you can't move in. I'm gonna call it that now. I can't think of the word of it. So I was looking at the door, saw it emerge, and I was shivering, I was shaking, I was scared of this thing. And because I couldn't make out detail shadows and stuff like that, and what is a finger and what's not a finger and shadows when I was that young, I saw it lift up its hand, close it, and do a follow me finger wag. Then it turned around and started walking. When it got out of sight of my eyes, I literally dove under the covers. I closed my eyes for a few seconds, and a few minutes. I woke up again, and went straight to my brother's side of the bed area, because we were in the same room. One bed on one side, and one bed on the other. I opened my eyes straight up, went to my brother's bed, and that was crazy. It was a very good thing, because I know it actually happened, because I woke up in my brother's bed. Either way. Then another one, this one's either before this one or after. I can't remember. It's hard to tell these days. So it was Easter, somewhere near 2019 and 2017. It was Easter, and my aunt, my mum, I think my pop came with us, I don't know. My cousin, I'm gonna call him John. My other cousin, I think there was two. My brother, I'm gonna call my brother Diego. Oh, that's, yeah, Diego's on hostel. Oh, dead. Well, I'm missing. We'll tell that story later. Diego and me. So we think it was season 5 or 6. I don't remember. We went to this area that was in Ballarat. I can't remember. Ballarat or Ballarat. I can't remember. It's where my nan and pop live now. And well, used to live. I don't remember. They lived so many areas. So we went to this area that was there. That was a haunted asylum. A haunted asylum, abandoned asylum, whatever you want to call it. We went there, and since I didn't love scary things back then. Dad took me there at night time, and he did that scary trick, like that blue trick on us again. No, I'm not gonna feel it. So we went there and we stayed outside for a bit. It was like dark at night, so you knew people would definitely get scared. So we came inside. He took us to this area of the room, and we were just sitting there, and he said, "Don't follow me." He went out of the room, and then he came out of nowhere and jump scared us. I didn't drop to the ground. I just screamed and did a little sobbing. But my cousin, on the other hand, I'm gonna call him, I call him John. John dropped to the ground, and started crying, started having a panic attack. Yeah, good time. I don't think he'll have any panic attacks if we went there again, because he knows the tricks and stuff like that. So we went to this area, I think it was like the bad girls area. There was this nurse that worked there, and she was nice and stuff like that. After he said that, and he started saying other stuff that I zoned out of, I found somebody massaging my back, and I turned around and there was nobody behind me. Well, there was lots of people behind me, but I was on a rope area, and I know random people wouldn't grab their hands and start touching the random kid. Even if there was no such thing as COVID then, but either way. I turned to my brother and asked him, "Did you massage me?" And he's like, "No." And then I asked John, "Did you massage me?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Huh. Maybe it was that girl." I just assumed it was the nurse that worked there, and that's it. Never questioned it. This one happened at 5, when I was 5 years old. I think, 5 years old. We're skipping time here. Skipping time here, buddies. I think it was when I was in prep. Yeah, I was in prep. When I was 5, I remember, like, a lot of stuff back then. I'm only going to tell one, and it was a very silly story. So I was in the bathroom. I had a friend that was called Rue. For her sake, we're going to keep her identity safe, and we're going to call her Llama. We're going to call her Llama, alright? So, Llama always leans on the door and waits for me to come out of the bathroom. She follows me to the stall that I was going to go into. I'll go into the stall and close the door. She just leans on it. After I finished going to the toilet, she normally stops leaning on the door, but she didn't know I was going to open the door, and the door opens inwards to the toilet area, so she was still leaning on the door. The door came out of nowhere and smacked me straight up in the head on my forehead. I was lucky to close my eyes, but you can't block your forehead, and now I've got a permanent scar there. And I had to go to sick bay, med stuff like that. Yeah. This one happened when I was in kindergarten, 4 and a half, probably either way. When I was in kindergarten, there was this area called Rec Play outside, where you could do either one, Rec Play or Dry Play, either way. I love that area, and because we had to wear these clothes and stuff like that, and there was also a costume area place too. So we remember that costume place area, okay? So I was dumb at that time, and I didn't have Zach, but I had another friend who was a boy, of course. You know what I mean? I like making friends that are boys. I don't know why I can't make friends that are boys at my new school. But either way. So, he follows me around everywhere. Just saying. Takes my advice. I take his advice sometimes too. I came to the wet area and put the bucket there and started filling up the bucket, and I wouldn't stop filling up the bucket because I wanted to flood the whole entire world. I don't know what was going through my brain when I was that young, but I wanted to flood the whole entire world. Yeah. With no notice, I just wanted to flood the whole entire world. I have no clue why, but I just did that. So I turned that on, and then I got splashed, yes. Everything was happening. I was getting splashed. People were getting splashed. The teachers came out running through the doors and stopped the water and told me off and made me go change into a costume. Yeah. I had no clue what was running through my mind then. I just wanted to flood the whole entire world and humanity, and everything. I wanted to do God's power. I wanted God's power. I don't know why. So yeah, that happened. Blah blah blah. My parents came. My parents got told. Blah blah blah. And yeah, rest of the year of kindergarten, nothing else happened. No more flooding the world. Knew it would get me in trouble. So I'm like, oh, if I can't have that power, then fine. I'll have different powers. This one also happened in kindergarten. And so my friend, yeah, dang, I've already told his name. It's alright. Lots of people are called Zach nowadays. So Zach was with his friends. I don't even remember his friend's name, so I just called him his friend. And since we were like in kindergarten, I was in kindergarten at the time. Little me that was in kindergarten at the time, I was probably about 4 or 5. Had an idea of writing a love letter and a love confession to my crush, Zach, of course. I wrote it and I gave it to him, and it's like his friends and him were playing I forget what it was called. I think it was like phone sitting. All of his friends just held him up like he was sitting on a phone, and I gave it to him, and then I walked off. And then he opened it and he read it, and then he came to me and was like, "Yeah, I love you too." And then we started dating for a few years, technically. I think it was about up to grade 2 or grade 3. I have no clue, but I had it. Technically, I think it was like a friend confession. I don't know what was going through our heads, but yeah. I was dating since I was in kindergarten. Okay, enough of that. Okay, next one is Diego. A dog that was a boy. It was a very small dog. A small dog, yeah. A bit small. I can't remember what breed he was, but he looked like Diego from Diego. The show Diego. I don't know. Or the Explorer Diego. So I called him Diego. Well, my brother did. We got Diego for his birthday. I think it was when I was about 2 at the time, and I still remember this. We got it for his birthday. Turned out he also had a sister, and my cousin had his sister, so oh, how lucky was that? I think they called her Daisy. I can't remember. Or Rose. I can't remember. I think they both had the same name. Like, not the same name, but different names, but with starting D. So we got that for great. What did I call him before? Yeah. I don't remember what I was calling him before on the other one, but now I'm just gonna call him Blanket. So we gave Blanket Diego, and he named Diego. It was his time to name dog. We had a dog called Mia at the time. I think she was either about the same age as my brother too. So like the same age in him, yes, but different ages in dog years. So we got her, and she's like a medium dog. Got Diego, gave it to Griffin, and he loved Diego so much. I loved him so much. I think when I was about 4, I was still in kindergarten. Well, about to end kindergarten was about school's end. We went on the holiday because my Diego could jump very high. It was a jumper dog, yes. He was a very big jumper, and I don't know how he can do that, but I remember one time we went to the shops and he jumped up to the thingy. Jumped up on like the fence area, and it was like a very tall thing for a dog to jump up on. And I don't know how he did it, but either way, my dad had to grab him and he also put like a brick on top there so then he couldn't jump on and put him down, and I think we scolded him. I don't remember. I can't remember. Then we went on holiday, and when we came back, I can't remember about this holiday, okay? It's about 2 days on a weekend or something like that, like we normally do for camping. We came back, Diego was gone. Nowhere to find. Nowhere to be found. So, that's how my dog went missing. We have no clue if he's still alive today, but probably not, because his sister died. I think it was last year or the year before. I can't remember. It's hard to remember, but it was sad. It was very sad. My brother cried a lot. And because my cousin, since they had a sister, we were going somewhere with my cousin's like, what if Diego ran away and went with the kangaroos and the dingoes, went to live with the dingoes, and he went with the dingoes and he's now in the bush. Oh yeah, well, it was silly, but we believed it, and we believed that he was still alive. After his sister died, then we probably didn't believe he was still alive anymore. We had him for like 2 years, I think. 2 years or 1 year. Nearly 2. Yeah. Never could leave the side of that dog's side. And I told my dad, what if we put Diego in the house while we're gone? Even though he'll pee everywhere, just put pee pads everywhere, close the doors that lead to places and stuff like that we don't want him to go into. It'd have been fine, but no. He said, no, just leave him outside. Be fine. He won't go anywhere. Blah, blah, blah. Try to calm me and my brother down. Yeah. Now I miss Diego. I miss Diego. Even though he jumps, when I pick him up, he jumps out of my arms to go to my brother's. I miss him. I miss Diego. Either way. So, yes, all of this will be non-edited, so enjoy your 32, 19, 20 or 21. I don't know, somewhere in the 20s. Goodbye and see you later.